Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Sandra McAvoy, and I'm a political science professor. I'm urging you today to support Senate Bill 660 and Senate Bill 274. I'm mindful that we just celebrated Memorial Day, a national tribute to men and women who fought and died to defend the principles, ideals, and laws of the United States. I want to highlight that men and women from different backgrounds and religious traditions didn't go to war to fight for just some rights. They didn't go to war and die for modified versions of rights, and they didn't go to war to defend rights that change with the political wind. In my work, I think a lot about government. I think a lot about the ways in which governments have been oppressive or have limited the rights of their citizens. If we look around the world today, we see that one of the groups that governments have the tendency to limit rights are women. In academia, we think of this as a person's right to control their own lives as agency. While each of us has our own individual convictions, I'm appealing to you today to take seriously the importance of a person's ability to control their own destiny. As I look at some of the arguments against these Senate bills, I see an unequivocal intrusion by the most conservative factions of the Christian church. It's a historical fact that those who founded this country, men and women, did so to escape an oppressive government where religion served as a catalyst for oppression. I'm sincerely asking you, senators, is this something that we want for our state? The arguments of religious people come at the expense of women, regardless of whether they practice any religion at all. Women, like men, have the right to control their bodies and to have a power to make decisions on their own, irrespective of the views of others. We'd have to go back to some of the darkest days of our country to find a time when we so blatantly deprived women their ability to make decisions for themselves. I'm urging you to consider carefully whether this is something that you want for the state of Rhode Island. Is this something that you want for your sisters, for your friends, for your mothers, for your teachers? Are men more deserving than women to control the rights to their body? On a personal note, I'm a proud volunteer escort at the Planned Parenthood Clinic here in Providence. For 6 or 7 hours a week, I stand on the sidewalk escorting patients into the clinic. And I listen to patients tell me how important their health care of all types is to them and their families. I've seen the desperation in women's eyes when they consider that they may not have the ability to control their own body, and they are terrified. They often wonder, how is it possible in 2017 that there are threats to their right to control their own bodies? How is this once again on the table? I invite you to join me and my fellow volunteers on the sidewalk for just an hour or two. I want you to gain an on-the-ground understanding of women's experiences of simply trying to exercise their right to care for their bodies. And I want to be clear, this invitation is not a hollow one. I want you to come to the Planned Parenthood Clinic to understand the experiences of your constituents. I challenge you that if you do come, please be sure to bring your daughter, and please bring your wife, and please bring your daughter or your niece. These are the people that your votes will affect. I'll close only by saying that we come to this space to share our ideas and opinions, and we're entitled to those. We are not, however, entitled to infringe on others' rights. You may disagree with the ways that I care for my body, but it is my body, and I have already argued here how dangerous our history has been when governments try and legislate it. Thank you.